Hello students, in this video we are going to discuss question number 61 to 70 of gaseous state from problems in physical chemistry for JEE Mains and Advanced by Narendra Awasthi. In question number 61, a rigid vessel of volume 0.5 meter cube containing hydrogen at 20.5 degrees centigrade and a pressure of 611 into 10 to the power 3 Pascal is connected to second rigid vessel of volume 0.75 meter cube containing argon at 31.2 degrees centigrade at a pressure of 433 into 10 to the power 3 Pascal. A valve separating the two vessels is opened and both are cooled to temperature 14.5 degrees centigrade. What is the final pressure in the vessel? So in this case, initially and finally total number of mole is constant, correct? So we can calculate like this. We have V1, that is 0.5 meter cube, T1 20.5 degrees centigrade, P1 611 into 10 to the power 3 Pascal, V2 is given by 0.75 meter cube, T2 is 31.2 degrees centigrade and P2 is 433 into 10 to the power 3 Pascal. Okay. So now as we know that number of mole equal to PV by RT, so we can calculate number of mole for each 1 and 2 state, but the final pressure will be total number of mole RT divided by total volume. So the individual number of mole we can calculate from this formula by this: pressure into 10 to the power 3 into volume V divided by R into temperature 273 plus 20.2 degrees centigrade. Okay, so this is the initial number of mole N1, again 433.10 to the power 3 multiplied by 0.75 divided by R into 273 plus 31.2. Okay, so this is the total number of mole. We can multiply this by R and final temperature, that is 14.5 degrees centigrade, divided by whole thing divided by total volume, that is 0.5 plus 0.75. okay, so here we have used N1 and N2, which will give the total mole of the system. If you solve the whole thing, you will get pressure as 4.84 into 10 to the power 5 Pascal. So option D will be the correct option. In question number 62, two glass bulbs A and B at same temperature are connected by a very small tube having stopcock. Bulb A has a volume of 100 meter cube and contained the gas, while bulb B was empty. On opening the stopcock, the pressure fell down to 20%. The volume of the bulb B is. Okay, so this is again total number of mole is constant here, so we can calculate it by very easily using P1 V1 by P2 V2, P1 V1 by RT1 equal to P2 V2 by RT2. See, there is no concept of temperature changing, so T1 equal to T2. Initial pressure if P, final pressure 0.2 P, because fell down to 20% of the initial pressure. And if initial volume is 100 meter cube, we have to calculate the final volume, that is V. Okay, and divided by R, so RR will cancel, here pressure will cancel. So from this we can calculate volume, that is 100 divided by 0.2, so it will become 500 centimeter cube. So this is the total volume including two containers. So total volume minus initial volume will give the volume of the second container, that is 500 minus 100, so that is 400 centimeter Q. So this is the volume of the second container. So option D will be the correct option. In question number 63, a mixture of C2H2 and C3H occupied in certain volume at 80 mm of Hg. The mixture was completely burned to CO2 and H2O. Then the pressure of CO2 was found to be 230 mm of Hg. At the same temperature and volume, the mole fraction of C3H8 in this mixture you have to calculate in this case. Okay. So according to the problem, partial pressure of C2H2 and partial pressure of C3H8 will give you the total pressure, that is 80 centimeter of Hg. Okay. Now finally we are getting CO2, and this CO2 is formed from the combustion process of C2H2 or C3H8. So finally we are getting 230 mm of Hg. Okay. So now according to the problem, C2H2, if we react with 5/2 of oxygen, we will get 2 CO2 along with H2. Now if this is X, this will be 5/2X and this will be 2X. Again C3H8 plus 5O2 will give you 3 CO2, 4 H2O. If this is Y, it will be 3Y. So now we have two equations, 2X plus 3Y. This is the total amount of CO2 that is going to be formed, and according to the problem, this is 230 mm of Hg. Okay, and X plus Y is nothing but 80. Now if you solve this, you will get X equal to 10 and Y equal to 70. Okay, now we have to calculate partial pressure of C3H8, that is mole fraction of C3H8 multiplied by total pressure. Okay, so mole fraction is nothing but 70/80. This is a mole fraction. Okay, so this is a mole fraction of C3H8, that is going to be 0.875. Okay, so option B will be the correct option. In question number 64, the total pressure of a mixture of oxygen and hydrogen is 1 atm. The mixture is ignited and the water is removed. The remaining gas is pure hydrogen and exerts a pressure of 0.4 atm when measured at the same values of temperature and volume as the original mixture. Okay, so here it is clear that partial pressure of oxygen plus partial pressure of hydrogen is 1 atm. Okay, and after all the reactions, the final partial pressure of hydrogen remaining is 0.4 atm. Okay, so there is a change of pressure, which is 1 minus 0.4, that is 0.6 atm. Now if you see the equation, 2H2 plus O2 to 2H2O liquid, so here we have 2:1 ratio of moles for hydrogen and oxygen. So pressure also will be distributed in 2:1 ratio. Okay, so 0.6 if you distribute it in 2:1 ratio, so for 2 it will become 0.4, for 1 it will become 0.2. so this is for hydrogen and this is for oxygen. Now initially we have an information for the remaining partial pressure of hydrogen, and it is the reacted partial pressure of hydrogen. So total partial pressure of hydrogen will be 0.4 plus 0.4, so it will be 0.8, and the partial pressure of oxygen will be 0.2. So partial pressure of hydrogen is 0.8 and partial pressure of oxygen is 0.2. So that's why option A will be the correct option. In question number 65, two closed vessel A and B of equal volume of 8.21 liter are connected by a narrow tube of negligible volume with open valve. The left hand side container is found to contain 3 mole of CO2 and 2 mole of helium at 400 Kelvin. So the thing is that if they are connected and if we think initially both of them will have the same temperature, that is 400 Kelvin, the number of mole of gases in left container should be equal to number of moles of gas in the right hand side. So in this case we can calculate the partial pressure of helium in the left hand container by number of mole to 0.0821 multiplied by 400 Kelvin and divided by the volume of the left container, that is 2.81, and the final partial pressure in the left hand container is going to be 8 atm. Okay, so the partial pressure in the left hand container is 8 atm. Now as we know that P1 by T1 equal to P2 by T2, so now the partial pressure is 8 atm, and in that case the temperature is 400 Kelvin. In the final case we have to calculate the partial pressure of helium, and now the temperature is 500 Kelvin. So the partial pressure of helium now is 8 multiplied by 500 divided by 400, it is going to be 10 atm. So none of this is going to be our answer. In question number 66, at STP a container has 1 mole of helium, 2 moles of neon and 3 moles of O2 and 4 moles of nitrogen. Without changing the total pressure, if 2 moles of oxygen is removed, the partial pressure of O2 will be decreased by. So here in question number 66, we can calculate partial pressure of oxygen initially 3 by 10, because total number of mole 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 1 equal to 10. So it will be this one. And finally if we remove 2 moles of oxygen, then the new partial pressure will become 1 by 8 into total pressure. Okay, so now the change in pressure divided by initial pressure multiplied by 100, so this will give you the percentage change. So it is 3 pt by 10 minus pt by 8, so this is the change in pressure, divided by 3 pt by 10, so this is the initial pressure multiplied by 100. If you solve this, you will get 58.33%. so option C will be the correct option. In question number 67, a 8 to 1 ml nitrogen gas was collected over liquid water at 300 Kelvin and 1 atm. If vapor pressure of water is 30 torr, then moles of nitrogen in the moist gas mixture is. Okay, so 1 atm represents 760 torr, and according to the problem the pressure of the water vapor is 30 torr. Okay, so pressure of the nitrogen gas will be 760 minus 30, that is 730 torr, or 730 divided by 760 atm. Okay, now we have to calculate the moles of nitrogen gas, so we can add PV equal to nRT or N equal to PV by RT. So pressure is 730 divided by 760, this is in atm. Volume is given here, that is 8 to 1, this is in ml, we need liter. 8 to 1 into 10 to the power minus 3, so we have converted in liter. 0.0821 liter atm multiplied by 300, so if you solve this, you will get 0.032. Okay, so option B will be the correct option. In question number 68, P and PS will be the partial pressure of height. In question number 68, let P and PS be the partial pressure of water gas and water vapor respectively, then percentage relative humidity. So the formula of percentage of relative humidity is partial pressure of water in gaseous state and partial pressure of vapor pressure of water liquid multiplied by 100. So according to the problem, P by PS multiplied by 100, so option B will be the correct option. In question number 69, the vapor pressure of water at 80 degrees centigrade is 355 mm of Hg. 1 liter of vessel containing oxygen at 80 degrees centigrade saturated with water. The total pressure being 760 mm of Hg. The contents of the vessel were pumped into 0.3 liter vessel. At the same temperature, what is the partial pressure of oxygen? So in question number 69, it is given that total pressure is 760 mm of Hg, and vapor pressure is given 355 mm of Hg. Okay, so pressure of the gas will be 760 minus 355, that is 405 mm of Hg. Now we can use P1 equal to P2 V2 thing, that is 1 liter vessel. This will be the mm of Hg of the gas. Final volume is 0.3. We have to calculate the partial pressure of the oxygen. So partial pressure of the oxygen will become 1350 mm of Hg. So option A will be the correct option. In question number 70, which of the following gas mixture is not applicable for Dalton's law of partial pressure? And the question is option A, because SO2 and Cl2 in the normal condition it will form SO2Cl2 readily. Option B, option C, option D gases will not react at the normal room temperature. That's why option A will be the correct option. Thank you for watching.